Every time I listen to the Continuum album in particular, it blows me away at how everything just fits together seemingly effortlessly. But what I've learned doing this week's challenge is that it isn't effortless. This week, I'm attempting to write my own Jon Mayer song. I've got 1 week to write the song, record the song, produce the song, and make this video that you're watching now. Let's get cracking. I'm just going to grab the acoustic guitar because I think I need to come up with like the song first, the A minor. I quite like the idea of the A over the G, so it's an A11. So you keep the bass line, that kind of has a nice vibe to it. I started with this kind of image in my head of what the song I wanted to write was going to sound like, and I was thinking that I wanted it to have a riff, and I knew that this riff would be something that keeps coming back throughout the song. But to get to that point, I would need a song to work with. There's lots of different routes I could have gone down for this, but what I decided to do is to go down like the quite obvious route of like having feelings for someone, thinking that they have feelings for you, or hoping that something's going to happen, but then it never does. Don't question why you wanna meet in secret. So excited, it's so hard for me to keep it. And it started with what I thought was quite a good lyric idea, and I managed to get a verse together. Dip your toes in the water, see where this river takes you. It's going nowhere. You see where it's going nowhere. You see where it's going. Right, I need to write this down so I can get it right, but I think there's something here now. Now in this chorus section, I did like the way it was going. It had that kind of Vultures kind of a melody and vibe to it, especially with the falsetto vocal. But I liked this idea of dipping your toes in the water to see where this river takes you. So it's kind of like the idea of going with the flow. But there was a problem with this. At this point, I'd spent a day pretty much trying to come up with stuff, and all I had was a verse and a chorus that didn't really work together. It felt like there was a disconnect between the two. And I knew that they would need to work together for this song to actually work. So I knew there was work that needed to be done on this, but I had enough there to work with to now start experimenting with the guitar riff, because I wanted to go with something that would have like guitar breaks in it. So I decided to base it upon the Vultures riff. I wasn't trying to copy it directly, but it's definitely got that kind of vibe. And I managed to come up with something that kind of worked. So I was thinking maybe something like... So I recorded the chord progressions on their own, and I managed to plot out the song in Pro Tools. And then I added the guide vocal, and this just highlighted even more that there was a disconnect between the verses and the choruses. But at least I could see where the verses were, where the choruses were, and where the riff was going to be, the riff breaks. So I could get the song actually plotted out, and it was time to try and put together some drums and bass. This channel is all about learning to write songs by writing songs. That's why we do these challenges. So if you want somewhere where you can learn to write songs by writing songs, check out my Patreon page where you'll find lessons that I've been doing with my students in their one-to-one lessons for the past 20 years. And you'll also find songwriting challenges and behind the scenes videos. You'll also get these videos released early on Patreon. So go check out my Patreon page in the description box below. I do these challenges during the days when my son's at school, and then in the evenings I go out and work teaching my one-to-one guitar lessons. But that means I only have a window of a few hours every day to work on these things. So I spent 1 full day session just doing the drums and the bass. I was really quite digging the vibe of what was coming out. So I spent one evening, probably stayed up far too late, just recording guitar parts, just having some fun putting things together. The song was now at a stage where I needed to get the vocals done, and to do that I needed to work on these lyrics. Now looking back, I think it would have been better to do the vocals a lot earlier than this. I liked the lyrics that I had for the verses to an extent, and I liked the lyrics I had for the chorus, but they needed to marry together. The chorus section has this metaphor about being in the water and going with the flow. So to make the verses align with this, I would need to add some lyrics in there with references to water. I'm so excited, so hard for me to keep this. And I went through the song and changed things up to make sure that they fit better together. And I think they do. They fit a lot better than they did before. When Jon Mayer goes into the studio to lay down his songs, he must know them so well that he knows exactly how he wants them to sound, which is why everything just fits so seamlessly together, because everything is already structured out and done. Jon Mayer has some of the best musicians in the world to work with him. So when he comes into the studio with a song fully formed and knowing exactly what he wants, he can then trust that Steve Jordan is going to record the perfect drum part that is going to fit with everything that he has. He's got Pino Palladino on the bass to come in and do the exact same thing with the bass. I'm not going to be able to go back and do a bass line anywhere near as good as him. I could go back and do a bass line that fits with this song better now, but I really don't have the time to do it. So I decided to settle with redoing the guitars, and I'm really glad that I did. So I spent a little bit of time just redoing the guitars, and I didn't really change things too much. I mean, I refined things and made things a little bit different, but more than anything, it just seemed to fit the song better. I've managed to get the song finished, but the question needs to be answered. Did I manage to write my own Jon Mayer song? Obviously, I haven't managed to write a Jon Mayer song. Of course I haven't. But I've managed to write a song that I like, and I've learned some important lessons along the way. This challenge has shown me a way of working that will make things fit together better. Re-recording parts as you go through the recording process is just a really easy way of just making subtle changes to make things fit with the other parts better. Yes, it might take more time, but if you're working as a solo person, just recording your own music, I think this might be a really good thing to do. So I'm going to leave you with a snippet of the song in a moment, but I just want to remind you that if you want to learn about songwriting by writing songs, check out my Patreon page where you'll find tons of lessons, different challenges, behind the scenes videos. These videos released early on there, so check that out in the description box below. I'm going to leave you with a snippet of the song now, but if you want to hear the full song, I've decided I'm going to start posting these songs on Spotify, so check out the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.